Okay, so after we do our warm up, we'll head out to the power hour room. We're gonna do our strength training. So just like in the first phase, the last workouts, we're gonna start with our dead hang, and then we're gonna throw a different second exercise in here. So we'll start with our dead hang. Remember here, you're gonna make hooks with those hands. We're gonna go for 60 seconds. Just let your body hang here, wall up those abs. Keep your shoulders pulled down and away from yours, almost like you're trying to pull yourself up. Abs walled up, almost like you're pointing those toes forward here. Think about your hands like hooks, so you're not gripping tight, you're hanging here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, get real intentional. So as you exhale, those abs are engaged there, real tight, there we go. And remember, if you need to, you take your hands off, reset, come back up when you're ready. If you're able to do that 60 seconds, you can also try to do that bent arm hang with your chest up at the bar. So Katie will show you that one here for a second. And again, as you need to, lower yourself down, nice and controlled here, really slow as you can. Of course, if you need to, you just let yourself drop and then reset those hands and try to fill up that 60 seconds with as much hanging as you can. The second exercise, we're gonna go to our Pallof press. So for this, we're gonna get that band set up on that beam. You can grab that band with both hands here. Now we'll have a few different bands you can use if you need to. When you get set up here, so this is an anti-rotational exercise, so you want to step out so that when you step out, you want to start with your hands at your chest, step out till you feel that resistance in that band, so that band's already tight. You're going to get those kneecaps pulled up toward your hips, glutes are squeezed tight, abs are walled up, ribs are tucked toward the belly button, and you're gonna press that arm out here. Press both arms out, keeping those shoulders down and away. You're gonna breathe nice and intentional, in through the nose, out through the mouth, walling up those abs, grabbing the inside of your shoes with your toes. Now this band wants to pull Katie toward the beam. She's resisting that there, so she's using all these muscles here. Glute squeeze, kneecaps pulled up, nice steady breathing. We'll go for a certain amount of time in one direction, bring that band into towards the chest, turn around, face the other direction. Now if you want to make this a little bit heavier, you bring that hand in towards your chest, step out a little bit further, and then reach out again here. If you want to make it a little bit heavier, you bring it in towards your chest, go a little bit further. So this is a tough one. This is one of those exercises that you don't really know how hard it is until you actually do it, but I want you to challenge yourself, resisting that rotation here, where Katie feels like she's actually pulling at the band, but she's just holding it straight out there, abs rolled up, nice deep breaths. Okay, so now that we're done with our dead hangs and our Pallof presses, we're gonna move on. We're gonna kind of take the intensity up for a second. We're gonna use this as a nice little warm up, get the blood flowing, get that heart rate up before we move on to our strength training. So we're gonna do a combination that I love. It's our row, crawl, carry combination. So we're gonna start on the rower. We're gonna go either 10 reps or 100 meters, 150 meters. We'll build on that as the month goes along. But we're gonna start on the rower here. We'll go 10 reps on that rower, drive through those heels. The second week, maybe we'll go 100 meters. By the fourth week, we're gonna go 150 meters. Drive through those heels, deep breath in, drive on out, squeeze those shoulder blades, push that air out. As you pull here, once you're done, put the handle back in the holster, get those feet out of there. We're gonna come over to the blue floor, and we're gonna start crawling here. So for our crawl, you can work any combination of crawl you want. We're gonna start with that bear crawl, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees just up off the floor here. Opposite hand and foot, nice and controlled. Think like there's a drink tray in your lower back. You're trying to keep those hips from shifting on you. You don't wanna spill those drinks. You're gonna go down to the halfway mark on the blue floor. Once you've gone down, you can either crawl backwards, you can turn around to crawl back, you can do whatever you want to feel comfortable here. We're gonna go back down to the end of the floor, and then we're gonna grab our set of kettlebells, which we have set up here. Shoulders down away from the ears, soft bend in those elbows, abs rolled up nice and tight, and we're just gonna farmer carry halfway down and back. So we go from the rower to the crawls, and then we're gonna carry down, turn around, carry back. We're gonna try to get 2 sets in. You'll have 5 minutes to get it done. Wherever you're at the end of 5 minutes, we're just gonna move on from there. Remember here, this isn't about moving fast, it's about doing it really well, using some heavy kettlebells, nice and controlled on those crawls, power on the rower. Okay, so for our push-up and bench press superset, we're gonna start with our push-ups. We're gonna go for 8 reps here, so you have a few options on your push-ups. If you want, you can start from the floor, working from those toes, glutes squeeze tight, ribs tucked, abs walled up, squeeze those shoulder blades, push that air out. As you press up here, nice and controlled, deep breath in, push that air out here. You're gonna go for 8 reps. Now, if you need to modify, you can also you can use the risers here, put those hands on the box, still working from those toes, all the same cues, kneecaps pulled up. We just have a height or an elevated surface to make it a little bit lighter. Squeeze those shoulder blades, push that box right into the floor. If that's a little too challenging to get those 8 quality reps in, you can use the suspension trainer here. Get knuckles turned down, all the same cues. Kneecaps pulled up, glute squeezed, abs walled up. Turn those knuckles down, push that air out as you press up. Remember, don't go so far down that you get locked in at the bottom. You want to stop just short so those muscles are still working. Press back up here. Moving out is going to make it a little bit lighter. Moving in is going to make it a little bit heavier. If you really want to challenge yourself, you're feeling pretty strong with those push-ups, you can put your feet on one of our boxes here. Same cues again, glute squeeze, abs walled up, squeeze those shoulder blades, deep breath in, push that air out as you drive back up here. Nice and controlled on every single rep. The tempo is up and down at a 1 to 2 second pace here. From there, once you've completed those 8 reps, you're gonna come over to the bench, grab your set of dumbbells here to get set up on the bench. You're gonna get those dumbbells set up on those thighs. Make sure that you have your hands at the top of the dumbbells so that once you sit back, you can use those knees to help you get those dumbbells in place. A coach will be here to coach you as well. Now, the reason I have you get your hands set up that way, so as you're pressing here, I can also assist, or any other coach can assist you here. Wall those abs. Drive your heels into the floor here, and Katie's gonna pull those dumbbells down toward your chest. Push that air out as she presses on up. Nice and controlled as she pulls down. Make sure those dumbbells are over your chest, not over your face here. Pull down toward the armpits and ribs, not up towards your shoulders. Press those shoulders into the bench as you press on up. Nice and controlled. Deep breath in. If you need a spot or a little assistance at the top, I'll help you here. Drive on up. When you're done, you can either bring those hands to your knees and sit up, or the other option is to bring those dumbbells down to your chest and just uncurl them to the floor and then sit on up from there. So that's our push-up and bench press combination. For our squat and step-up combination, we're gonna start with a goblet squat. So you'll get that kettlebell cleaned up to your chest, elbows in tight. Take a deep breath in as you squat down, drive on up. Think about spreading the floor with your feet and pushing those knees apart as you come down. Squeeze those glutes tight at the top. Sit as low as you feel comfortable here, keeping that chest up. Drive up through those heels at the top. You're gonna do 8 reps. Set that kettlebell down and we'll come over to our box and we're gonna do our lateral step up. So you can use dumbbells holding at your sides, you can hold at your shoulders. You can use kettlebells, you can hold a kettlebell at your chest as well, whichever combination feels most comfortable for you. For that lateral step up, we're gonna start with a wide step out to the side, and we're gonna press up and over here, nice and controlled as you drive up. As Juice goes down, she's keeping that knee over that midfoot, so this leg staying engaged the entire time. Up and over, stepping out and back here to make sure we get a nice range of motion. We're gonna go 8 to each side, so you're going back and forth. If you prefer, you could do 8 on one leg and then switch to the other leg as well. So that's up to you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Just make sure that each rep feels like you're challenging yourself and really crushing that box as you step up. So for our chin up and rope pull combination, we're gonna start with our chin ups, and there are a few variations you can work with. The first one is our traditional chin up. Now you can go with the chin up grip with your palms facing you, which is gonna be the strongest grip. You can also try the pull up grip where your hands are pronated, palms facing away from you. So we'll show that one first here. Whichever one you can do well, wall up those abs, squeeze those glutes, pull your chest up toward the bar, pushing that air out. Nice and controlled on the way down, deep breath in. Push that air out. If you want, you can switch to that chin up grip here, palms facing you, shoulders down and away. Wall up those abs, pull your chest to the bar, nice and controlled on the way down. Now, if doing those is a little too challenging, we can modify and we can use our super bands here. getting that foot set up in that band. Again, pronated grip or chin up grip here, whichever one works best for you. Make sure you're pulling your chest up to the bar, nice and controlled on the way down here. From there, the next option is to use the suspension trainer. Make sure that it's shortened so that it's high enough that you can get your chest all the way to the bar, get your foot set up in there. You can have a box set up here as well if you need it. Again, chin up grip or pronated grip, whichever one works best for you. The key here is to use your leg as much as you need to, but as little as you have to, so that we're really working those muscles and really practicing that full range of motion, training your body to get familiar with the movement pattern here. From there, if those are not feeling comfortable for any reason, you can also do the half kneeling lat pull down. So we'll have a blue floor swatch set down on the floor for you. You're gonna go to your half kneeling position, squeeze that glute nice and tight, wall those abs. This foot is tucked under, front foot's being driven into the floor. You're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades, pulling those elbows down towards your back pockets here. Notice how Katie made an adjustment there to make sure she gets that full range of motion, so there's maximum tension at the end of it. It might feel a little looser up top, that's okay. Focus on a big chest, shoulders down and away from those ears, deep breath in, push that air out as you pull. So you can use any of those combinations for the chin up. From there, we're gonna come over to our sled with the rope attached to it, and we're gonna do our rope pull here. So we're gonna wall up those abs, sitting back here, and Katie's gonna pull with one arm, rotating and reaching with the other. Deep breath in as you pull, reach and rotate, nice and controlled here. You're gonna pull that sled all the way down here. So keep those shoulders down and away. Now, if you need to, you're starting to get tired, you can use those hips, drive through those legs as you're rowing as well. Nice and controlled, push that air out, reach and rotate, pulling that hand towards your armpit on every single pull. When you get that sled down to the end, that's as far as you're gonna go, and then you're gonna recover.